Have you ever walked away from an argument knowing exactly what to say 5 hours later, or watched a debate where someone sounded incredibly convincing but deep down your brain was screaming, "Wait, that makes absolutely no sense"?
Something is off.
Welcome to the hidden battleground of human communication. Every single day we are bombarded by arguments from politicians, marketers, social media influencers, and even our own friends. But here is the secret they don't want you to know. Not all arguments are created equal. Some of them are booby-trapped. These traps are called logical fallacies. They are flaws in reasoning, mental illusions designed to manipulate your emotions, bypass your logic, and make a terrible argument look like an absolute masterpiece. In this video, we are going to expose these cognitive tricks one by one. I'm going to show you how do they work, how to spot them in the wild, and most importantly, how to absolutely destroy them in your next debate. Fallacy number one, ad hominem. Fallacy number one, the ad hominem in Latin just translates to the man, and it is probably the most common trick in the book. Here's how it works. Instead of attacking the actual argument, the person attacks you, your character, your background, and your motive. Here is how it works. Instead of attacking the actual argument, the person attacks you, your character, your background, your motives. The goal is to distract everyone from the real issue by making you look bad. Let's look at an everyday example. Imagine you are in a meeting and you say we need to reduce our budget on marketing because the data shows it's not working. Instead of discussing the data, your coworker replies, "Well, why should we listen to you? You are always late to work." Notice what happened there? Being late to work is completely irrelevant to the marketing budget. But by attacking your punctuality, they shift the focus and try to invalidate your perfectly logical point. So how do you destroy the ad hominem? It's simple. Do not get defensive. The moment you start defending your character, you will start falling into the trap. Instead, call out the fallacy and redirect. You simply say, "My personal habits have nothing to do with this data. Can you actually prove the data wrong, or are we done here?" Fallacy number two, straw man. Fallacy number two, the straw man. If the ad hominem is about attacking the person, the straw man is about attacking a fake version of their argument. Think about it. It is much easier to fight a lifeless dummy made of straw than a real living worry. That is exactly what your opponent does here. They take your original point, twist it, exaggerate it, and create a ridiculous extreme version of it. Then they boldly attack that fake version, claiming they defeated. Let's look at a classic example. You say, "I think we should put more funding into public education to help our kids." Then your opponent immediately replies, "Oh, so you want to defund the military and leave our country completely defenseless against our enemies? That's crazy." But you never actually said a single word about the military. But they built a straw man, a fake extreme argument that is incredibly easy to attack and makes you look like a bad guy. How do you destroy the straw man? The worst thing you can do is start defending the military. If you do that, you are fighting their dummy. Instead, pull them right back to reality. Call out that trick by saying, "That's absolutely not what I said, and you know it. Stop twisting my words. I said we need to fund schools." Now, do you have an actual argument against funding schools, or are you just making things up? Fallacy number three, the red herring. This is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. The name actually comes from an old trick where a smelly smoked red herring fish was dragged across the trail to distract hunting dogs and make them lose their... And that is exactly what your opponent is doing to your brain. In an argument, a red herring is a completely irrelevant topic dropped right in the middle of the discussion. The goal to hijack the conversation, dodge the real issue, and throw you off the trail. You see this with politicians all the time. Imagine a journalist ask, "Senator, why is the unemployment rate so high this year?" Instead of actually answering the questions, the politician says, "You know what we really need to focus on? The hard-working families who are the backbone of this great nation. We need to protect our traditional values." It sounds patriotic and great, right? But wait a minute. It has absolutely nothing to do with the unemployment rate. They throw a smelly fish into the room so you would forget what you were originally asking about. So how do you destroy everything? Rule number 1, do not chase the fish. The moment you start arguing about traditional values, they have won. You must forcefully but politely steer the wheel back. You say, that is a completely separate issue, and we can discuss it later. But right now we are talking about the unemployment data. Let's stay on track. What is your answer to the original question? To Quoque. Fallacy number 4, to Quoque, or to Quoque, or to Quoque, or to Quoque, to Quoque, to Quoque. Fallacy number 4, to Quoque. Fallacy number 4, to Quoque, is a fancy Latin term that translates to you too, but you probably know it as a Hippocrates. This happens when someone answers with criticism instead of dealing with your argument. They point the finger right back at you, essentially saying, who are you to talk? You do the exact same thing. They try to use your flaw to magically cancel out their own. Let's look at a classic everyday scenario. Imagine a doctor tells you really need to stop eating so much food. It is completely destroying your health. And you reply, what should I listen to? I saw you eating a giant double cheeseburger yesterday. You just used to Quoque. Sure, the doctor might be a massive hypocrite, but here is the brutal truth. The doctor's bad eating habits do not magically make fast food healthy for you. A hypocrite can still tell you the truth. And a valid point is still valid, no matter who says it. So how do you destroy this fallacy when someone uses it against you? You own it and then you split it. You simply look at them and say, you might be right about my flaws, and I'm working on that. But my personal mistakes do not change the facts of what we are discussing now. Can we actually address my point, or are you just going to criticize each other all day? Fallacy number 5, poisoning the well. Fallacy number 5, poisoning the well. Imagine sneaking into a village and dropping a poison into their only water supply. Anyone who drinks from it, no matter how healthy they are, is going to get sick. In a debate, this is a primitive strike. Your opponent attacks your credibility, your background, or your motives before you even open your mouth to speak. They are intentionally priming the audience to reject whatever you are about to say, regardless of how logical or factual it is. Let's look at how this happens in real life. Imagine you are about to present a new marketing strategy to your team, but try it before you stand up. A coworker says, we are about to hear the new plan, but keep in mind this person presenting it has absolutely no formal background in business and has only been here for a month. The will is poison. Even if your marketing strategy is pure genius, the audience is already looking at you through a lens of doubt and suspicion. They aren't listening to your facts anymore. They are judging your character. So how do you destroy this trap? You must first clean the water before anyone drinks it. Call out the manipulation immediately. You stand up, smile, and say, it's true, I have only been here for a month, which means I bring a fresh perspective. But let's not judge the idea before we even start hearing it. I ask that we evaluate this strategy based on its own merits and facts, not personal assumptions. Fallacy number 6, guilt by association. This is a very sneaky tactic where someone tries to destroy your argument or your reputation, not by proving you wrong, but by connecting you to someone or something that people already dislike. It is a logical leap. The formula goes like this. Person A is bad. Person A supports idea X. Therefore, if you also support idea X, you must be bad too. It's completely irrational, but emotionally, it is incredibly manipulative. Let's look at a common example. Imagine you are at school or work and you say, I think we should use this new software to organize our projects. It's much faster. And your opponent responds, you know who else wanted to use that software? Mark, the guy who was just fired for stealing from the company. I was trying to ruin our system just like he did. Hold on a second. Mark being a terrible employee has absolutely nothing to do with the actual quality of the software. But by linking your idea to a person everyone dislikes, they are trying to make your idea look toxic by association. So how do you destroy it? You have to cut the invisible string, decouple your idea from the bad association immediately. You stand your ground and say, Mark's behavior was unacceptable, but that has nothing to do with how this software actually functions. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Let's evaluate the tool based on its features, not on who else used it. Do you have a technical problem with it? Fallacy number 7, appeal to motive. Fallacy number 7, the appeal to motive. This is when someone completely ignores what you are actually saying and instead attacks why they think you are saying it. They try to invalidate your argument by pointing out that you have a personal interest, a hidden agenda, or something to gain. But here is the logical trap. Having a personal motive does not automatically mean your facts are wrong. Let's look at a daily example. Imagine you tell your friends, we should really start shopping at the local market. The products are much better and it helps our local community. And one of your friends replies, you are only saying that because your cousin owns a shop there and you want him to make money. Do you see the trick? Even if your cousin does own a shop, that doesn't magically change the fact that the products are actually better and it helps the community. They attack your motive to avoid dealing with the actual facts of your argument. So how do you destroy the appeal to motive? You must separate the motive from the truth and own your position. You look right at them and say, yes, my cousin works there and I do want him to succeed. But that doesn't change the fact that the quality of the food is objectively better. If you have proof that the quality is bad, let's hear it. If not, my personal connection is irrelevant. Fallacy number 8, tone policing. Fallacy number 8, tone policing. Have you ever made a perfectly logical point, but someone told you to just calm down? Welcome to the frustrating world of tone policing. Instead of dealing with the facts of your argument, your opponent attacks how you are delivering it. They focus entirely on your emotion, your volume, or your choice of words to instantly dismiss your entire message. They are essentially saying if you don't say it nicely, it doesn't count. Let's look at a situation that happens to almost everyone. Imagine you are in a group project and one person hasn't done any of their tasks. You finally get frustrated and say, this is completely unfair. You have ignored your part for 2 weeks and I'm doing all the work. And your partner replies, whoa, you need to calm down. There's no need to be aggressive and emotional. I can't talk to you when you act like that. Notice what just happened. He completely ignored the fact that they haven't done their work. They use your natural frustration as a convenient excuse to dodge accountability. But here is the reality. Being upset about a problem does not magically make your argument false. So how do you defeat tone policing? The worst thing you can do is to start apologize for your feelings, because then you lose the debate. Instead, validate your emotion and force them back to the facts. You say, yes, I'm frustrated because this situation is frustrating, but my tone is not the issue here. The unfinished work is. Now let's get back to the facts. Are you going to do your part of the project or not? Fallacy number 9, missing the point. Fallacy number 9, missing the point, also known by its Latin name, ignorantio alienatio. This is very clever illusion. It happens when someone makes a perfectly logical and well-reasoned argument, but it proves a completely different conclusion than the one they are supposed to be proving. They hit the bullseye, but on the completely wrong target. They use true statements to lead you to a totally irrelevant conclusion. Hoping you won't notice the gap between the facts and the final point. Let's look at a common everyday example. Imagine you are at a store looking at a new laptop and you tell the salesperson this laptop is way too expensive for a student budget. And the salesperson replies, but having a laptop is absolutely essential for your education. You need it to do research, write papers, and attend online classes. Therefore, you should buy this one. Wait a minute. Everything the salesperson said is 100% true. Laptops are essential for education, but those facts do not prove that this specific laptop is affordable. They completely missed the point of your argument, which was about the price, not the necessity of technology. So how do you destroy this fallacy? You have to be the one compass and redirect them, acknowledge their true facts, but expose their own conclusion. You simply say, I completely agree that having a laptop is essential, but that doesn't change the fact that this specific model is overpriced for a student. Can you show me something in my budget? Or did I miss the point of being here? Fallacy number 10, appeal to ignorance. Fallacy number 10, the appeal to ignorance. In logic, this is known as argumentum ad ignorantium. This trick happens when someone argues that their claim must be true simply because you cannot prove it is false. They are basically taking an empty space, a lack of information, and filling it with their own wild conclusion. But here is the golden rule they want you to forget. An absence of evidence is not evidence of anything. Let's look at the classic example. A guy comes up to you and says extraterrestrial aliens have definitely lived among us on Earth. You politely respond, well, there is no solid scientific proof of that. And he comfortably replies, exactly. And since scientists can't prove 100% that aliens have never been here, it means my theory is correct. Notice the trap. Because he has zero evidence to support his wild claim, he tries to shift the homework onto you. He wants you to prove a negative, which is logically impossible. So how do you destroy the appeal to ignorance? You refuse to accept the burden of truth. The person is making the claim is the one who has to prove it. You simply smile and say, that is not how logic works. A lack of proof against your claim doesn't magically make it true. You are the one making the claim about aliens. So it is your job to bring the evidence. Until you do, there's nothing for us to debate.